Hi everyone, today I'm going to be talking about mental health. For those of you that don't know, my name is Peyton, and although most of you don't know much about me since my first 2 years were at GSMST, let me tell you something about how mental health and self-esteem relates to me and how it can help all of you. So going to GSMST, the Gwinnett School of Math, Science, and Technology, which is the #1 school in Georgia, by the way, it's a very hard school. And when I entered it, I was not prepared and I was not fit for the school. In simplicity's sake, I basically was the lowest in my class in every single class possible. So you can probably imagine how, here maybe you get made fun of looks, or you get made fun of because you're not popular. At GSMST, you're made fun of because you don't get good grades. I was getting F's on every single thing in biology. I was literally the lowest in my grade. Same with language arts. And that all took a really big hit in my self-esteem, and due to it, I actually ended up hurting my GPA a lot more. And I don't want the same to happen to any of y'all. So I'm going to show you how when I went from GSMST to Norcross, I went from hiding behind a happy face because I always wanted to be optimistic, I never wanted to down myself, to being truly happy at where I am and getting the grades I usually get. So most of us tell ourselves, oh my God, I look so ugly, or oh my God, I'm not smart enough, or I'm not popular enough. We all tell ourselves this, and if you don't tell yourself this, then you're lying to yourself, because you do tell yourself this. It's not meant to come off me, but the problem with today's society is that having confidence and having a high self-esteem is highly frowned upon. You're seen as being cocky, you're seen as being a show-off. It's surprising the facts that I found in my research about the amount of teen girls that don't even show up to school every day because they're embarrassed about their looks. The amount of women that don't show up to interviews because they want to look good. They are self-conscious about themselves. And this goes for guys too. Many guys are concerned about, being the most fit, being the most, not, having a large stature. And there are people that don't even show up to places and miss out on events because of their appearance or because of their popularity. I mean, there are three main things that self-esteem revolves around, and I would say it's intelligence, your popularity, and your appearance. And this affects all of us, and it affects of how we view ourselves. In today's society, we have all these models that everyone's trying to look like, everyone's trying to be. You're trying to be the smartest person, you're trying to be the most beautiful people, trying to be the most popular people. And we're all competing at this school, at any school, and just society in general. And we're comparing ourselves against all these godlike people, which we will never become. And the problem that comes with all this is you don't need to compare yourself against somebody that looks better than you, is smarter than you, has more personality than you. It's detrimental to your success. While you're over here worrying about how much you want to look good or how popular you want to be, you're wasting your time. During that time, you can be successful. You can put forth the effort to become what you want to be. Your appearance isn't stopping you from being some entrepreneur, from being rich, from being the next music hit. Nothing's stopping you from doing that. And this competition nowadays with self-esteem, well, it's so detrimental to everyone's health and their success that we now have teen suicide at its all-time high now. And it's sad to see it all. And it's because of this self-esteem, this lack of confidence. The thing with confidence that most of us don't tell ourselves is that even if it's in private, if you really don't want to, be made fun of because you're being cocky, if it's just in private during the morning, I challenge all of y'all to look at the mirror and say, you're beautiful, or you're smart. Wow, who is that? Who woke up in that morning? Man, I'm impressing myself every morning. I do that every morning. And the good thing about it is even if you're like, oh, I feel like I'm lying to myself, you're not lying to yourself. None of y'all are lying to yourself. And it's going to turn out to make you so much more happier, and it's going to make you so much more successful when you do that. Another thing is how it can damage your future. When you are all held up in how you look or how popular you are. You are literally damaging your future. When I went through my literal depression because I had such low grades and I just didn't have any self-esteem at all, well, I gave up. And I literally gave up on everything. I accumulated 60 NTIs within 2 months. And some of that wasn't recoverable. Where I went from a 3.0 GPA at GSMST, which is average there, I now am stuck with a 2.4. And if I don't get a 4.0 every single semester, well, I can't get into certain colleges that I would love to go to. And all that is because my self-esteem was hurt because I was comparing myself against these amazingly smart people with like 4.0s at the #1 school in Georgia. It was unrealistic. And I never had the time to tell myself, hey, Peyton, even though you're the lowest of your class at GSMST, you're still smart. You still get things. I wish I had the confidence when people were like, oh, you suck at AP biology, to be like, I could school you at engineering, I could school you at math. I wish I had that confidence, but nowadays in our society, saying something like that is seen as cocky. So everyone that wants to feel good about themselves keeps their mouth shut, and they just hide behind that wall. And it's really hard to tell whether or not somebody is doing something for compliments or whether they truly feel that way. You know, nowadays you can't be like, it's a very fine line between, oh my God, I'm so ugly, and oh my gosh, I'm actually ugly. It's hard to tell online because in one of my research, the TED Talk that I viewed, this woman saw on YouTube a new trend. If y'all have seen it, it's Teen Am I Ugly? And this 14-year-old girl went on YouTube and asked YouTube, am I ugly? And she was met with a barrage of comments about, oh my gosh, you're hideous, oh my gosh, you're this, you're this, you're this. And there were so many comments on that video. I searched up the video myself. And a lot of people were there, oh, you're beautiful, oh, you're so-and-so. And then in the middle, people were like, you're fishing for compliments. Stop, nobody cares. That's a terrible thing. Some people truly feel, because they're competing with people that look like this, that are models, that have 10 pounds of makeup on, that have a hair, like 14 hairstylists, and have like outfits that are made by the best designers. They're comparing themselves against that, and it's unrealistic. People that are like, oh my God, I'm so ugly. Nobody is ugly. Nobody is truly ugly. Nobody is truly stupid. If you were truly stupid, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know of anyone that is truly stupid. I haven't found anyone yet that is truly stupid. And if you are truly stupid, you can have that opportunity to become smart. You can put forth the effort. If you feel like you are ugly, you have the power to change your looks for you, not for society. Today we compare ourselves to society, and that's all we care about is our appearance and how society views us. Every single one in this class needs to start thinking about how they want to make themselves happy. Because after dropping out of GSMST, which was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, because I didn't know how it was going to turn out, it was a terrible feeling because I felt like I had failed. I felt like I had failed a challenge. But after coming to Norcross, I've made sure that every single day I am on the top of my game. I am as happy as I can be. Somebody says to me, you're ugly. No, I'm the best. Don't get it wrong. Somebody says you're stupid. Look at my grades. Hush up. It's that confidence that I have that has made me so much more happy. And because of it, I have been more productive. I've had so much more free time rather than just spending it looking into the darkness, being like, oh God, will I get this on this grade or get this on this grade? Now that I'm confident, I truly do. I could videotape myself every morning, wake up, look in the morning, or look in the mirror and say, wow, I impressed myself today. In the book that I read, 7 Daily Habits of Highly Effective Teens by Sean Covey, one of his giant habits was to have high self-confidence, because that low self-confidence is what makes you ineffective, is what wastes your time. So the overall result of you being are having self-confidence. I know it's a really low resolution picture, but you know what? That's how I meant to say it. That's how I meant to say it. It's with an accent.
I know. That's what I was thinking.
No, it's fine. But what's it called? The overall result of you being confident, you having that passion to make you you, is what is going to make you overall happy. And when you are happy, you make everyone else around you happy. And if everyone would just stop worrying about everyone else and just focus on how they want themselves to be happy, this world would be so much more peaceful. You wouldn't have people bullying each other. You wouldn't have people worrying about, oh, so-and-so. You wouldn't have school shootings. You wouldn't have suicides. You wouldn't have any of this bad stuff because everyone would be focused on how they want to be, not how others want them to be. And for that, that's my resolution.